Hi students, my name is V. Rajshekar, working as a lecturer in civil engineering, SRS GPT Sirsila, first year second sem, and the subject is leveling surveying, subject code 18C205C. So today we are going to discuss the topic on difficulties in leveling. So such as when we are doing the leveling, we may face some difficulties on the ground levels. So what are the difficulties we are going to face when we are doing the leveling? Let us see now. Different situations those makes leveling which are difficult. So here some situations making leveling difficult are, so we are having totally there are 7 difficulties which are facing when we are doing the leveling. So these are the common things which we are facing in our surveying. So not only in the just for the practical things, when the site premises in the construction works also we may face these difficulties, and it is a very good experience when we face the difficulties. So how to clarify and how to rectify it by doing the leveling. So let us see here. The first one is when the staff is close to the instrument. So here in the first one, the staff will be very nearer to the instrument. So in the what case we will keep the leveling staff near to the instrument, and in what is the purpose of keeping very near to the instrument? So in that which case it has happened. So we will see. And next is leveling across a large lake. So we may face a very large lakes, canals, ponds, or everything will be there. So we may face some difficulties when we are doing the leveling at the point of lakes also. And next one, third one is leveling across a river. So we may face small rivers, medium or large rivers when we are doing the leveling. So we want to know the distances from the one side to another side. So we cannot do the leveling. So how to face the difficulties and how to rectify, we will see. And leveling a cross a solid wall. A solid wall is in a height of a structure. So this will be facing a difficult when we are doing the leveling. And the fifth one is benchmark lies above line of collimation. So this is a rare case which will be happen. So benchmark is above the line of collimation. That means the instrument which is there, the center of the axis more than the benchmark will be the height. So in that case it is very difficult to the leveling. And leveling along steep slope. So we can observe the steep slopes at the places of mountains, hills, plateaus, okay, at the long high mountain plateaus and surrounding forest areas we can face these types of steep slopes. And the last one is seventh one, that is leveling across depression or rising ground. So the depression means it is going down and the rising ground means it is coming up. So there is nothing but a depression and rising ground will be done at the difficulties. So first one we can see here, when the staff is close to the instrument. So why it will be happen? It is the difficulties. Sometimes it is necessary to place the staff very nearer to the instrument for leveling. So in that case the instrument loses its focus and becomes blurred. So when we keep the instrument, so you can see here, this is our instrument fixing on a ground level. So this is a ground level. So this is our dumpy level instrument which is fixed on the ground. So we can see here a leveling staff which is there, we will keep very nearer here. So when we see here from the line of collimation, it gets blur and we cannot focus the object very clearly because of the distance of these of the instrument. It is very near, so that the image or we cannot see very properly or clearly. So that what we have to do, we have to keep a white paper at the front of before leveling staff. So when we keep the white paper, by doing with the focusing screw, we can see the image clearly of the diaphragm. So the diaphragm line which is there, it will be looks on the paper, the black lines very clearly, so that we can object the image, the leveling staff wherever when it is far, we can object the image very clearly. So when it is near only, we cannot see properly. So in order to rectify or for this difficult, we have to keep a white paper. That is, it is difficult to note down the exact staff reading. So this problem arises whenever the staff is as close as below the focusing limit. So this can be solved by using white paper. So holding staff vertical and a white paper is slowly moved up and down in front of it. So at the front of instrument, this white paper should be moved up and down, so that the person who is seeing from this instrument, he can observe the white color which is moving in front of the object. So when the object is moving while focusing the screw, it may get clearly, the image will be visible. So the lines which are there, the diaphragm, it will be looks on the white color, so that the paper edge is observed through telescope and stopped at a point where the line of collimation meets edge of white paper. The staff reading at that point is noted. So here, this is the process of taking the instrument. So when the white paper is moving up and down, so when the edge of the white paper, that means the edge of the white paper which you can see here on the screen, okay, on the top of the edge. So this white paper you can see, so the edge, this is the edge of a white paper. So on the staff, suppose this is the leveling staff, this side, so whatever the readings here are there on the leveling staff, so the edge of the paper which we get on the staff, this reading will be noted on the field book. So by seeing with this our instrument, so that is known as, you can see this is the line of collimation. So where this gets the edge of the white paper, this line will be taken as the reading. So this is the difficulties when we face on the surveying on the land. So we can do like this, okay. And next one, leveling across a large lake or a pond. So how to do here? If a large pond or lake is there across the leveling line, then it is difficult to perform the leveling across that pond. In that case, some assumptions are to be made to continue the work. So here we have taking some of the assumptions for to continue the work. That is, generally in ponds or lakes, water is in still position, so we can consider it is as a level surface. So you consider that is nothing but in ponds or lakes some constant level of water will be there. So you take that it is as a level surface, and two pegs are fixed at the two banks of pond as the top surface of peg is visible or coincide with water surface. Now the staff is placed at first peg and using level RL is measured by taking force at Fs. So then we assumed that the RL of second peg point is the same as first peg point. Finally, the level is shifted to the other bank side and the back side BS reading is taken from the second peg point. So we can see in the diagram here. So this is a point and this is a B. So this is a level water surface. So we can keep here the instrument which is nothing but on the ground level, that is the two pegs are fixed at the two banks, okay. The first one is nothing but this is the peg. This is the first peg and this is the second peg. First peg and second peg. So these are the two pegs which are fixed on the level surface of the water. So now here, now the staff is placed at the first peg and using level RL. So we can see here, place the instrument on the ground, okay, on the first point, that is, and see the back side on the ground level and see the staff on the peg. Keep the staff on the peg. This is the our leveling staff. So keep this leveling staff on the top of the peg and you mark it the reading, so that you will be getting the first one is back side and the fore side, that is the first point side of A we will be getting. And coming to the next another side, so same wise fix the instrument on the ground, do the temporary adjustments, and you see the top peg level of the instrument of the staff. This is the staff. See this one as back side and mark it as another side as fore side. So this is the level we will get. So we can compare this level, exactly what level it is observed at the left side and at the right side we can exactly identify, so that we can take the level easily from one side to another side. So here we can shift this level, to the right side of the other bank side also. We will be getting this station point O1 level, so that this level will be shifted to the O2 level. So we can shift by this instrument, okay. So this is the process we have to do, leveling across a large lake or a pond, okay. So in these some cases only this type of process will be happen. So this is a very simple process, leveling across a large lake or a pond. And the next one is leveling across a river. In a river, water always flows, so we cannot consider it as leveled surface like in a pond or a lake. So this is the example. So a river will be changed, it's depending upon the flow, the level surface of the river will be reduced or increased, or it will be in a constant level, so that we cannot take as a pond or a lake which is a level surface. So that's why here we will be taking, that is, the water levels are at different at two banks of river. For this problem to resolve, reciprocal method of leveling is used. So as we have discussed in our previous classes regarding the reciprocal leveling and the problems, so that method will be applicable in the leveling across a river. So two pegs are fixed at two banks of river, and the RL of first peg position is taken in usual manner. RL of second peg position is measured by obtaining the true difference level between two pegs using reciprocal leveling. So here the true difference level between the two pegs using reciprocal leveling we will be done. So comparison, here you can see the first point of station A, so this is the first point of station A and this is the station B. So here this is a lake, okay, or a river. So this is our first instrument point which is fixed on the ground beside the lake or a river. So this is a staff which is seen, so this is named as A1 and this is known as B1. So here another staff will be there, and this is the difference of E. So we can see here the top of the line which is there, that is known as horizontal line, and this is the level line, and this is line of collimation. The line of collimation is nothing but the center of the line of axis. This one is known as line of collimation. So here, seeing from the station point A to the station point B, this is the one type. And coming to the bottom of the diagram, you can see here the instrument station will be changed to the point B, and we will be seeing from B to A. So in the previous we have seen that A to B, now we are seeing from the B to A. So same wise you can see the A station will be there here, and we will be getting, this is known as A2 and this is small e, okay, and this is known as B2, nothing but the height of the instrument. B2 is nothing but the height of the instrument. So as it is, same level line, horizontal line and line of collimation. So these three will be there. So in this we can see that is nothing but from the diaphragm, okay. So in the diaphragm we can see these three lines. In this diaphragm it will be there. This is first one and second one and third one. So in this top one, this line is known as horizontal line. This is horizontal, I will name it as H, and this is line of collimation, name it as L, and this one is level line, name it as L again, LE, sorry, okay, LE. So in these three lines which are there, this will be happen. So in this between which is there, this is known as E. This is a collimation error, or we will be calling collimation line. So this method will be applicable. Reciprocal leveling will be done in the process of leveling across a river. So the river will be very large or very large length, or at the very short length. In that cases we can do this reciprocal method in the leveling across a river. So in the next one, leveling across a solid wall. Leveling across a solid wall. So here when a solid wall is interfered in leveling, it is difficult to measure RL of the points in that wall position. So here when a solid wall, that means it is a very large wall or any giant wall, okay, any wall, okay, very long wall, it is interfered in leveling. When we are doing the leveling, we will be getting obstruction, just like a pole or any tower or any building or any river. So the obstructions we are getting, so we have to do the leveling. So we cannot do the leveling properly. So how to rectify it? So that is known as, in such a case, two pegs are driven on both sides of the wall at the staff just touching the wall. So you can see here there are two pegs are driven on the both sides of the wall at the staff just touching the wall. So where are the two pegs? This is known as A and this is B. These are the two pegs beside the wall you will be keeping. And now find out the height of the instrument is measured by focusing any benchmark or champion point. So then read the reading, staff reading on one side of the wall, note down each. Then using staff measure the height of the wall. Now we have all the data from which RL of every point can be calculated. Similarly do this process on the other side of the wall. So here you can see it is explained clearly, that is two pegs A and B are driven on either side of a wall just touching it. So these are the two pegs which are there, A and B. So this is a very large wall. We can see here C, D, E, F. So from bottom to here, this is a totally very large wall. So for touching beside the end of the wall, keeping two pegs, and the level is set up at O1 and a staff reading is taken on A. So a O1 instrument is fixed on the ground beside the wall. So we will be taking keeping the staff here beside adjustment on the peg, keeping the staff here, we will be taking the level and we will be calculating the height of the instrument, okay, by taking the RL. So RL will be, if it is not given, you take it as a somewhat 100. So by taking 100, and this will be the backside point, so RL plus BS is equal to, you will get the height of the instrument of the one side. Okay, and similarly you change the station point to the another side, that is O2, and you keep the again staff at the point beside the wall on the point B, and we see the same reading on this also. So same as just like 100, take the RL and take the measure the height of the instrument. Then we get the differences of between the left side and the right side. So let this reading be AC, then the height of the wall is measured by staff, let the height be AE. So this is known as AE. From here the height will be the AE. The HI is found out by taking a DS on any BM or CP. So here RL of A is equal to HI minus AC. So if you want to get the RL of A, this is RL. So on the staff, this is RL. To get this RL, we have to get HI minus AC. So what is AC here? From where you will get the AC? That is known as the staff reading. Okay, that is known as BS. The BS reading we have to remove, that is known as AC. And RL of E is equal to RL of A plus AE is equal to RL of F RL of B is equal to RL. So to get the RL of E again, so at this point, so this one is equal to RL of A plus AE is equal to RL of F RL of B is equal to RL of F minus BF, and height of instrument at O2 is equal to RL of B plus DB. So to get this height of instrument at O2, we will get RL of B plus DD. Okay, so nothing but there is no need to confusion here. So to get the first height of the instrument, that is our formula RL plus BS. So here BS is nothing but, which is BS here? We will call it as CA or AC. But we are calculating here RL. This is for the height of instrument. HI is equal to RL. But to get the RL of A, we have to do the minus. That is known as HI minus BS. So we will get RL of A. Same like you have to get the RL of B, that is on the station point O2. So we have to do again RL plus BS. That will be equal be again minus to the O2. So this is the leveling across a solid wall. And the fifth one is when BM is above line of collimation. When the benchmark lies above the line of collimation, such as bottom of bridge girder, lower surface of culvert, etc. In such cases, foresight reading of point A is taken first using the level position at O. Now the staff is held at benchmark under the girder in inverted position from the girder. Now the backside reading is noted from the inverted staff and it is described with negative sign without showing staff held inverted in remarks column. So this is the process when appeared when the benchmark is above line of collimation. So this is a rare case. In some surveying only it will be happening. So this is happens when the clearly mentioned here. This happens when the benchmark is at the bottom of the bridge girder or bottom surface of the culvert. So this is a bridge or any culvert. So this is a bridge, we can see. So our benchmark is at the bottom. You can see benchmark is 100.000, and that is it is required to find out RL of A. So we want to find out this RL of A. The level is set up at O and the staff is held inverted on the BM. So the staff reading taken and noted with negative sign. Let BS and FS reading be minus 1.5 and 2.250 respectively. So here, to get the height of the instrument, we can see here, that is benchmark is given 100 and backside is given 1.5. So to get the height of the instrument, we have to do RL of benchmark minus BS. Then we will get 98.5. That is known as height of instrument. So we will do in some cases, that is height of instrument is equal to RL plus BS. That is when the benchmark is below the or equal to the ground level. But here the benchmark is above the line of collimation. So that's why we are doing here minus. Remember this point. And to get the RL of A, 98.5 minus 2.250 is equal to 95.250. So what is here 98.5? This is known as height of instrument. And what is 2.250? That is the FS. That is nothing but foresight. The foresight of the leveling staff. So this is known as staff held inverted. So staff held inverted will be the when the under the bridge. So this under the bridge or the under the culvert, this benchmark will be liable. So we have to keep the staff at the bottom of the bridge. So when we keep the staff here, we have to take the readings on the keeping the ground level on the instrument by keeping the point that is known as O and this is known as E. So we will be seeing this reading where the staff reading comes. So this will be taken as a BS and this will be taken as a FS. So the benchmark is whatever it is given, 100 or 200 or 300. So by taking the benchmark, we will be calculating this level. So this is the happened whenever in the certain rare cases of bridge and culverts. Okay. So remember, this is very important. And the sixth one is leveling along steep slope. Leveling along a steep slope. So when it is required to perform the leveling along steep slope areas like hilly regions, it is difficult to obtain same values in backside and foresight readings. So these type of levelings will be occurred when the steep slope, heavy mountains or height of the mountains will be there. So this problem can be resolved by positioning leveling setup in zigzag paths. The instrument position in that zigzag path may be decided by keeping backside and foresight reading equal. So finally RL of every point is calculated, and this can be done for both positive and negative steep slopes. So when you can see here, this is a hill or a mountain structure. So we can see this is a ground level, it is a plan. Okay, the contour plan. This is a contour plan. The hill is the bottom one. So we can see the first one is the S1 we can see, and this is a station point A. Okay, and we can see here this is our instrument point 1 and instrument point 2. So we keep the instrument at the on the ground level. So we can face the first point will be the back side and the second point will be the foresight. This is the first one will be the back side. So we can see here the S1. So in this will be the back side and this will be the foresight. And again changing the instrument to the another point, that is I2. So we may face again, this will be the BS and this will be the FS. So like this we will be changing on points, so we will be getting the contour levels. So this is the I2, this point, and this is the I1, this point, and this is the S2, so this point, and this is the S1 at this point, and this is the S3 we will be getting on this point, and finally the B will be here, so that point will be getting here. So by this we can know the levels of the ground on the steep slope. Okay, so this is required to perform leveling along steep slope areas like hilly regions or mountainous regions or heavy deep forest places we will be doing on. So this is the nothing but we will be getting the steep slope calculations easily. And the last one is nothing but seventh one, leveling across a rising ground or depression. So this is, while leveling across high ground, the level should not be placed on the top of the ground but on side, so that the line of collimation just passes through the apex. So here rising ground means it is the ground level will be increasing from down to upwards, and depression means the ground level or the will be decreasing from up to down. So this will be happening here. We can see in a diagram, that is, while leveling across a depression, the level should be set up on the one side and not at the bottom of the depression. So you can see here, this is a rising ground, so we will be keeping the instrument on the height of the ground itself. So we will be keeping the leveling staff here, and we will be taking the readings at the rising ground level. So this is the rising ground level, name it as R, and this is the depression. So depression means the depth of the valley, okay, valley or any depth of the depression of a hill, or okay. So we will be keeping the instrument at the edge and the leveling staff. So by taking the readings here, we will be noted. So this type we have to calculate it at the rising ground or depressions. So in these places it will be done very rarely. So here we have to keep one at one side and not at the bottom of the depression. So we should not keep the leveling staff here at the bottom. So this is wrong. So we have to keep the at the instrument level itself the leveling staff. This is the correct, okay, and we have to keep the instrument at the correct level on the hill only. We should not keep the instrument in the down here. So if we keep here, we cannot see the levels, okay. So we have to keep the top and front side of the levels. So these are the difficulties which are faced in leveling. So totally 7 levelings which are we have done, okay. So thank you, have a nice day. So now let us see the problems on reciprocal leveling. So this is a problem again. In an operation involving reciprocal leveling, 2 points A and B are taken on opposite banks of the river. When the level was set up near A, the staff readings on A and B were 3.376 and 2.245 respectively. When the level was set up near B, the respective staff readings were 1.955 and 3.055. Find the true difference of levels between A and B. What is RL of B if the RL of A is 125.550? So this is a problem on the method of reciprocal leveling. So in the question we can see we are having the 2 station points, that is A and B. So there are 2 opposite banks of the river. So first one, the instrument will be set up on the A. So on the A we are having the staff readings, that is first one is 3.376 and 2.245. And when the level was on the setup on the instrument B, so we will have the staff readings that are 1.955 and 3.055. So we have to find out the difference of levels between both the stations A and B, and we have to find out the RL of B. and already we have the RL of A was given, that is 125.550. So first, in the first setup, apparent difference of level between A and B, that is 3.376 minus 2.245 is equal to 1.130 fall from A to B. So this is the first one in the setup instrument of A and B. So we can see here, that is 3.376 minus 2.245, that is in the from the station A point. So we can see here, I will draw the diagram, so like this. So instrument is set up here, this is A and this is B. So the two stop readings were there. So one is 3.376 and the another one is 2.245. So in middle of this portion, a river or a lake. So this is the station point A. Okay. So one reading is 3.376 and other reading is 2.245. And coming to the here, in the second setup, apparent difference of level between, that is A and B, is 3.055 minus 1.955 is equal to 1.100. So we can see here in the question itself, 3.055 minus 1.955. We will get, that is 1.100 meters. So this is just like the same diagram. Now the instrument will be at the point of B, and this will be the A leveling staff will be there, and here also a leveling staff will be there. So this is the ground level. So the level reading will be same. So this will be the reading of the staff. So from the B point, it will be taken 1.100 meters. So this is the difference of two readings. Now here we have to find out two difference of level, that is H. So H is equal to, we have to take 1.130 plus 1.100 by 2, that is the average, we will get 1.115 meters. So this is known as two difference of level of two both stations. Okay, so that is the H is the difference between the two stations. So next we have to find out RL of B. So to find out the RL of B, that is RL of A minus H. So RL of A was given in the question, that is 125.550 minus 1.115. Then we will get RL of B is 124.435 meters. So that is known as, this is the RL of B. This point is RL of B. So now we got the 124.435 meters. So this type of questions are similarly asked for your examinations. So that is nothing but we have to find out the staff readings A1 and B1 and A2 and B2. So in that we have to make the differences between, from higher value to lower value we have to do the minus, and after that whatever the values we are getting we have to take the two difference level. Then after that that is known as H, and after that we have to find out the RL of B. So finding the RL of B, if RL of A or RL of in the case of RL of B was given, we have to find out RL of A, so by using this formula. So next one is problem number 2. In testing a dumpy level, the following records were noted while undertaking reciprocal leveling. Instrument at A and B, reading at A is 1.725 and reading at B is 1.370. So another reading at instrument at B, that is 1.560 and 1.235. So these are the staff readings which were got on the from both stations. So is the line of collimation is in adjustment. So what should be correct staff reading at A during the second setup to make the line of collimation truly horizontal? So find the amount of collimation error. So these three we have to find out now. Solution. So now first, instrument station at A, apparent difference of level is, that is higher value minus lower value, 1.725 minus 1.370. Between A and B we got 0.355 meters. And now at instrument station at B, same, apparent difference of level is equal to 1.560 higher value minus lower value, but here in the case we can see 1.732 it was given. So while we calculate, sorry, here the reading was given mistake. It is not 1.732, it is wrong. It is 1.235. So we have to do 1.560 minus 1.235, we will get 0.325 meters. Then next, since the two apparent difference are not equal, the line of collimation is not in adjustment. So here the two apparent differences are not equal, so the line of collimation is not in adjustment. So that means, so there is a difference between the two stations. So we have to find out, that is 2 difference of level is equal to 0.355 plus 0.325 by 2. We will get 0.340 meters is the difference of exactly between stations A and B. So that is, this is the diagram. So in the reciprocal case, this is the diagram wherever it is necessarily required. So this will be the A and this will be the B. So in these cases it will happen. So this is between A and B. And in the second setup at B, current staff reading at B is equal to 1.235 meters, that is since the level is nearer. So here 1.235 meters is very near to the level of station B. So how we are saying it is very nearer? Let us see once we go to back. So in the question it is given 1.235. So we got the reading as correct staff reading on A is equal to 1.235 plus 0.340. We will get, that is 1.575 meters. This is known as correct staff reading on A. So in order to, we have to find out in this way. But the observed staff reading on A is equal to 1.560 meters. This was given in our question. Correct staff reading is equal to 1.575 meters. What we have got it. And the observed staff reading is less than the correct staff. So we can see here the observed staff reading, which is this one, is less than the correct staff reading. So reading line of collimation is inclined downwards. Amount of collimation error is equal to 1.560 minus 1.575. Then we will get minus negative sign 0.015 meters. So here negative sign indicates that is fall from A to B. That is fall from A to B. So this is the collimation error which was appeared in the this problem. So just like this diagram. So hence this problem will be solved in this way. So these types of problems will also be asked in your examinations. So finally summary, in this class we have learned reciprocal leveling problems, and frequently asked questions are: following observations were made during the testing of dumpy level by reciprocal leveling. Distance between A and B is equal to 200 meters. Determine the RL of B. So we have to find out instrument at A and B, staff readings and remarks. So frequently asked question, another one is: the following notes refer to the reciprocal leveling taken with one level are instrument at A and B, and the distance between A and B is 200 meters. RL of A is 625 points. So kindly solve these problems. Okay. So here we have to find the true reduced level of B, the combined correction for curvature and refraction, and the error in collimation adjustment of the instrument. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day.